The law is that we don't make any steps for the altar in the Holy Temple. And the Rambam quotes the pasuk, Shnemar v'lo yisale b'malois al Mizbeach, as it says, do not ascend on my altar with steps. The Rambam does not give a reason for this in the Sefer Hayad. However, in the Sefer HaMitzvahs and also in the Minyan HaMitzvahs, the Rambam writes, Shelo yafsia psia gasa. So a person should not have an arrogant, wide step when he walks up the steps to the altar. And because of that, because of the concept of humility, one should not have steps on the Mizbeach. And furthermore, he goes on to say here, a ramp, it's called a kevesh. And however, if you do walk up on steps to go to the altar in the Holy Temple, one would receive loika lashes in the temple. This is the halacha in the Rambam. However, it's interesting to note that Rashi, the classic commentator on the Chumash, on this verse in the portion of Yisro, says the following. He gives a murdidic insight, an awesome insight of ethics, of how one should treat one the other. He says, Umah avonim halalu. Look at these stones that you walk up, and the Torah is concerned that the stone should not see the nakedness of the person when they make a big step. Says the Torah, you should not walk big steps because of these stones of the altar. Surely, chaverecha, your friend, who is created in the image of God, because all of us are created in God's image, umakpid al b'zreinon, and is concerned and is upset when someone embarrasses them, how much more so we are to be concerned not to embarrass our neighbor. So this is the lesson of not having steps on the altar, that we should be careful not to, God forbid, embarrass one the other. Another interesting insight pertaining to the Mizbeach, and that is in chapter 2, halacha number Dalit. The Rambam goes on to speak about how the Mizbeach was given over by 3 prophets, the exact location, where it should be done, etc., etc. And then it goes on to say that the height of the Mizbeach is Eser Amis, with 10 cubits high. And how wide is it? The width of the Mizbeach, says the Rambam, is Shloishim Ushtayim Amis, 32 Amis wide. Furthermore, the ramp that goes up to the altar, as it says in halacha number 17, halacha number 13, the kevesh, and there was a ramp. How big is this ramp? Says the Rambam that the length of the ramp, again, was 32 amas, 32 cubits. What does that mean? So from here we see a very interesting halacha. We are told that since the temple was destroyed, that prayer takes the place of sacrifices. Tefillah b'mokoim karbones tiknu. And we know when it comes to prayer, a person is supposed to pray with their heart, with lev. That is the main important thing of prayer. The objective of prayer, it has to come from your heart. The Rambam says if you pray, but you weren't b'chavin, you didn't have the proper intention in your heart, you got to pray all over again. So here, we see that the Mizbeach itself has within it the secrets of prayer, because 32 is b'gematria lev, is the gematria of heart. And this perhaps is the meaning of the statement of the Talmud, that tefillah b'mokoim karbones tiknu. That prayer, normally we say, takes the place of sacrifices. But literally what it means, tefillah b'mokoim, tefillah is an exact same amount of space as the karbones of the altar, which is 32 amas. So we hope and pray that when we pray with heart, and we pray for the third Beis HaMikdash, and we pray that Mashiach should come now,